If you're traveling to the U.S. or if you live in the U.S., there are a few rules you need to survive. Speaking English is one, and the other is knowing how to tip. Tipping is a big part of American service culture and not just at restaurants. So, it can save you a lot of trouble if you know the rules of tipping. Let's go. Now, about tips. Do you know how much a server in a restaurant is paid per hour in the U.S.? Probably around $2. Yep, $2 per hour. And this is why tipping is important. The server's salary comes from tips. And today, we're going to imagine a trip to the U.S. and all the tips that go with it so that you know how much to tip in each situation. Here we go. This is where your tipping adventure begins. Although it's not the most frequent situation, sometimes airport porters will help you with your bags. And it's customary to tip $1 or $2 per bag that they help you with. Maybe they put your bag on the trolley or they take it to the taxi. They deserve a tip. And if the porter meets you at the gate with a wheelchair, then $3 to $5 is normal for this service. Just remember that taxi drivers generally expect a 10 to 20% tip on top of the fare. That's the price for the taxi. A lower tip if the driver doesn't help you with your bags, isn't very nice, the taxi smells bad, etc. Higher if the driver is polite, he helps you with your bags, and he's wearing deodorant, etc. And in some big cities like New York, the expected tip is around 20 to 25%. I hope that you have a lot of bills for the hotel because there are lots of situations where you're expected to tip. Let's start with the trip from the airport to the hotel. If the hotel sends someone to meet you at the airport, they get $10 to $15 in tip for their time and effort. If someone comes to carry your bags from the taxi or the shuttle to the front desk, or from the front desk up to your room, then you should tip that person $2 to $3 per bag. As for the cleaning service, it's nice to leave them $2 to $5 for each day of your stay. And it's even better if you leave the tip for them each morning instead of all at the end. Because it's not always the same person who picks up your dirty towels. So this way, the cleaning person of the day is sure to get their tip. And it's also nice to leave a little thank you note, but this isn't expected. It's just nice. And if you tip well, if you leave a little thank you note, maybe they'll give you a few little extra bottles of free shampoo if you're lucky. If the hotel has a concierge and they did something nice for you during your stay. They booked a visit for you, they arranged a car rental, they called taxis for you. For example, it's customary to give them $10 to $20 at the end of your stay as you shake their hand to say thank you for all your help during our stay. With all these tips, it's easy to see why Airbnb is so popular nowadays. After you check into your hotel, you want to have a drink to celebrate. At a bar, it's normal to tip $1 per drink if you just have 1 or 2 drinks. If you have 3 or 4 drinks, it's okay to tip $2 total. But if you're paying a round of drinks, it's easiest just to add 10% to the bill. And yes, you tip even if you go to the bar to get your drinks yourself. Then it's dinner time. At restaurants, 15 to 20% of your total bill is the standard tip rate. And it's more like 20% in big cities. So, if your bill totals $100, leave $15 to $20 as tip. 15% if the service was good, 20% if the service was really good, and if you weren't really happy with the service, it's still customary to leave at least 10%. If you're really, really unhappy, you can leave no tip, but you should explain why to the manager, or else the server may run after you to ask why you left nothing. Buffets are a little different from sit-down restaurants. At a buffet, no one brings your food to you, but someone does bring your drinks and cleans the dishes from the table so that you can return and continue pigging out. Because that's why buffets exist, right? Yeah. At a buffet, it's normal to leave 10% of the total bill as tip for the person who brings your drink and cleans your table. You want to get your hair styled. You're expected to tip. 15 to 20% is the standard, plus $3 to $5 for the person who shampoos your hair. Sometimes the staff can't add the tip onto your official bill, so if you go to the hair salon, be sure to have a lot of small bills on you, like 1s and 5s, maybe 10s, maybe 20s if it's a really expensive salon. So basically, 15 to 20% is more or less standard in most situations. But if you're not sure, there's a handy app called Global Tipping that you can put on your smartphone, and it'll tell you how much to tip depending on the situation and the country that you're in. It makes tipping easier, but not any cheaper.